Prime here, back with another video review. Let's have a look at the Transformers, Shattered Glass, Rodimus, and Sideswipe with Whisper. So here they are in their car modes. So we'll look at them. Let's take a quick look at the box, which as you can see here is a pretty big old box. I don't think I fit the whole thing in frame. The camera moving up. And as you can see here, we have some artwork of them, which honestly, I'm not feeling it too much. It just looks so low focus. I don't know. I think I'm just used to like the legacy artwork, how it has like every piece of detail just like highlighted on them, whereas this is just kind of. Then again, I've also been spoiled by that Toxitron art, so I think it's glorious. Like just if you find any of them in stores or anything to buy, just look at the box. It's beautiful. And we got a picture of Rodimus, Sideswipe, and then a little Whisper up there. And on this side we have Rodimus. On this side we have a Sideswipe. And then on the back we have some product shots here. And then a little quick bio, which I gotta scope even more for. With a little bio in a couple languages, which says Sideswipe has defected to the Decepticons. Now battling the Autobots with his Minicon partner Whisper, Rodimus aims to turn the Autobots into a cutthroat team of mercenaries, with himself as the lead. Which honestly, that's gonna be the most like properly Shattered Glass bio they've done. Which is something I can say a lot of with this set. Is like probably one of my, not even one of, it is my favorite Shattered Glass thing they have done. Just period so far. It's just so nice. Like I don't know. Like I spoil the whole review by this. It's really good. Somehow only $55. Like this is only leader class price for essentially a Voyager, a Deluxe, and then a slightly more advanced Micromaster. Put the camera down a little bit more. But here they all are in their all modes. And let's take a quick look at Rodimus first. And I feel like there's a little bit less to say about him. We've known about him for a while. He was leaked and everything like a while back, but now we actually can have him in hand. And I do think he looks quite nice. I love the nice red here. The purple flames done beautifully, and the nice red windshield, which I think highlights a little bit of lines the windshield had more. It also shows his face even more. So that's nice. Nice silver pipes. Pretty much like this is the SS86 mold, and all the glory that thing has, it still has. I love that mold to death, so of course a Shattered Glass repaint I'm all here for. Those look very, very nice. And of course it does have his accessories, which some of them can store on here. Like he has his guns. You can store. You can kick them around, but you can also store them. I think as the box showed, they can store like here. You can pew pew with them. And I'm pretty sure this goes on top, right? I don't actually do this with my SS86 hot rods. I don't fully remember how this goes on. I think it has to be these, like the guns that plug into these ports back here for the. Come on. Oop. They gotta plug them like the little slots on the sides of the guns. There's little slots on this, you can plug it all on. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Got some storage, if I've ever seen it. And then he comes with those really nice little effect parts that SS86 Hot Rod had, but now they are red. But they still go in the same place, where you can just slot in here. Actually, this way. So there we go. Really can just fit into the pipes. So it looks like he's rocketing at full speed to just run you down. And then of course the other two accessories don't really do anything here. Like I can't plug this anywhere. Can I plug in like right here? Nah, too thin. Alright, I can't really do anything with this or the Matrix. The Matrix does look nice. It's better painted than the one that came with Optimus, so which is kind of funny and kind of sad because the one with Optimus, it was like just the very front of the Matrix was painted, like the sides weren't, the back wasn't. Which of course the back part of this isn't, but I mean I'll take that over just the dead front being painted. If you turn it even slightly, it's just clear plastic. Put him to the back for now. And here is Sideswipe, and he just looks so nice. Of course, this is the Kingdom Sideswipe, which is originally the Seed Sideswipe, with even more retooling done. I've been wanting this repaint since, like, Siege. And if you guys remember, I even did a custom that was supposed to be Shattered Glass Sideswipe, which I will compare with more in remote mode, just because there's a bit more going on there. But I love the colors of this. I love all this detail they put in back here. I love the new chest with like the proper scratch, which is funny because they've been doing this battle damage stuff lately with the Ironhide and Prowl 2-pack, and now we have it again with Sideswipe, so that's kind of neat. You got the sides here is a little bit broken up weirdly. I can't get the legs down all the way. I don't know if it's just my copy, but like if you see, they're a little bit up, and it's just enough to like disrupt. This is how it's supposed to look. Like it's supposed to be more streamlined, but since like it won't stay, just. Look at nice rounded front too. Like it's just nice. It's very nice. Which he does have his new accessories. He has these little guys, which I did also do an Armada Wheeljack custom, but I have since like sold off that custom, so I don't have it here for comparison. But these do just slot in. There are these new pieces here, which these pieces are new. The hood's new. These are new, and then the head is new. And I think that's all the new pieces. But these just slot into the sides to give that look, which I think is nice. It gives them a little bit extra. He does also come with the launcher and the missile. Which the weird thing is the missile is this? Why is this a 3mm port? I thought it was to like interact with Whisper maybe, but like it just barely isn't enough for them to hold. So like, why? I don't know. It makes it like super easy to just flick that out. I don't get it. I really don't like the G1 Sideswipe accessories with him anyway. Like I'm probably still gonna plug it on just so it's somewhere. But it's just I could have done without this. They could have just not even included this, and I've been like, I'm fine with it. But yes, beautiful colors. I really love it. Love how this looks. And then of course we have Whisper himself, and he is just adorable. It's just so nice. It's wild to me. It is so wild that this is the first minicon. Like, yeah, Jolt was leaked forever ago, but, like, the first one that we all have in our hands is an obscure Shattered Glass minicon, and that's just really funny to me. Like, we're not starting with Sparkplug, Jolt, or even Drill Bit, who should have came at Metroplex. It's Shattered Glass Whisper, and he looks so nice. A friend of mine pointed out how this kind of looks like an Angry Bird, like, from the front. Got, like, the little eyes there, like, the nose, like, it just... It kind of looks like an Angry Bird. But he was done very, very well. He looks properly nice. And you can actually take the legs and fold them up. And like there's some little slots in here that tab into there. You can like fold them up to where you can actually access his family mode port. Because there's no minicom ports. Sorry. Unfortunate. Like, I mean, it makes sense that there isn't. It would have been nice. But it makes sense that it's just a family mode port because that is like the main thing we do. And plus it makes it where he can interact with more bots than just... Armada ones specifically, but you can take it and plug him into the roof. You can just have Whisper hanging out, and instead of flying, he can drive with Sideswipe, and that's just quite nice. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get these guys transformed, and we'll start with Whisper because he's like the only real new one here. Like these other two, they're just repaints. Like they've already had a transformation. Everyone knows how to transform Sideswipe. There isn't a person on this earth who has bought Transformers since 2019 that doesn't know how to transform that thing. But we'll do Whisper first, and then we'll breeze over them a little bit. We will fold out the legs, pick up his heels, take the arms here and just pop them out. They're like slotted into these wings. You take this, collapse it in, fold this down. And you can take the wings and do whatever you want. I like to angle up a little bit, which I think is what you're supposed to do, like on the box. But I like to angle up a little bit. Gives them a bit more personality. And that's it. About the same as the original one. Like more so like it's very similar movements, but he just has slightly more articulation. No head though, but we'll get into more of that later. But let's go ahead and get Sideswipe transformed because everyone knows to do this. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. You take these bits, flip that out, flip this out, flip this out, flip out these two. Take the legs, fold them out, then you fold them out, and pop out the feet, fold them down, push these in, rotate around the waist, split the legs, and you got the lower half done. You take the arms, fold them out, rotate out the fist, put the arms down on both sides. Oop. Flip these pieces in, which they're a little bit stiff. I don't know if that's like on my copy or all of them. These are a bit stiff to move. I hope it won't mess up anything. But fold down the chest, and there he is in robot mode. Like I said, we've been dealing with this since the very first wave of Siege. This is nothing new. So I'm not really gonna spend a lot of time on it. Rodimus, I will spend a little bit more because he's only had. Oh wait, this is his first repaint because the Velocitron was canceled. So I think this is his first one. He really should be repainted more, like Collectors Club side. I know we're getting the Legacy Sideburn like next year, but I mean, I'd still take a Sideburn out of this. Not gonna lie. Anyways, flip this up, fold these in, and just kind of they don't have to like tab it back in, but just kind of leave it there for now. Come back here to the legs and kind of like move them out a little bit. And flip this up and rotate it like so. You want to take these and just move them out. Which one thing I've noticed. I'm pretty sure this is an issue with SS86 Hot Rod as a whole, but these middle parts of the tab, like, is broken off on both sides of mine. It doesn't affect anything, like, as you can see, it still holds together just fine, but it's like, I don't know why they designed it with such a tiny tab that's guaranteed to break, but anyway. Gotta unclip the legs. The only part of the transformation I don't like, you gotta, like, undo the leg and fold it out, but it clashes with everything while you do it. Fold up his foot, take this. You can fold it in and collapse it in. You have a leg done. Same thing over here. You can fold that out. Kind of just get it around everything. Put out the foot. I have seen some people transform theirs like this to where like there's car kibble, which that's kind of cool. I like that that's an option. That the leg is secure with that. But I'm just gonna fold it in because that's how it should be looking. And now we have his legs done. Take the upper body and just go ahead and fold that back out. Fold all this down, take his arms, and flip them around. You want to bring this a little bit down so you have the space to rotate this all the way around. Close this up, flip up his head, fold this in, kind of get the arms up, collapse that all together. Flip this up and it should have a little tab there and a slot in there. Here, pop in, rotate the waist, take these, flip them up, fold them around, fold it back down. Same over here, fold them around. I'll show it actually more on the back of this arm. It should have a little place for it to go. You just fold it in like so. And just get him nice and standing up, if you will. Come on. Hey. And there is Sideswipe, Whisper, and Rodimus, all in their robots modes. And once again, all three just look fantastic. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this is easily the best Shatterglass thing they've made. Just blew me away. Like I as of this recording, I got these yesterday and they've just blown me away. But let's take a quick look at Rodimus first, which he does look amazing. I think I mentioned in like a past, I think it was like the top 22 video that I love Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. I don't know if I did a dedicated video for him or not, but I know I at least mentioned him in that video. But Shatterglass repaint, of course, does everything for me. I love this head sculpt. This is such a beautiful head sculpt. Like the head sculpts on both of these go really hard. You can still flip this up and flip out the goggles too. Seeing a little red visor if you want him to have it. But I think it looks a little bit weird. I don't know. I think it's just because I'm used to him not having it. Though on my Masterpiece version, this eventually got to where it was like a bit too tight and actually broke. So like, maybe don't do that too much. The nice purple flames there. Of course it is a fake chest because the real one's on the inside. This gunmetal-y silver on the thighs. Oh my god, this just this goes so hard. It's beautiful. Nice little bit of purple there. The gunmetal. I think it's neat because it's like this is silver, but then this is just like a gunmetal color. There's two different shades, and this matches the back fin. The rim, like literally the silver, I think is just on these pipes and like maybe his face. I think it was the gunmetal. Might just be the gunmetal. Oh yeah, I think one thing that's neat, forgot to mention in vehicle mode, let me get this out, is the fact that on the original SS86 Hot Rod, they never actually painted in these rims, but on the Shatterglass one they did. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to me. But yeah, of course, he has all the same articulation. Head goes up that far, down that far. Shoulders do this, which, I mean, usually it's like, oh, it bumps into the head. But here, like, it doesn't really all that much. Like, there's space in between. Like, you're kind of good. That single elbow joint that goes up pretty well. Nice swivel there. Hands on a swivel. And open up. Waist rotates. Legs go up, back, out. You can use the single knee joint to get it pretty dynamic, or you can use technically the transformation joint. And you kind of, I mean, it really doesn't do too much else, but I mean, you can use it. The only thing that kind of sucks is that it doesn't lock, so where like if you just go to bend it, you're automatically going to have that, and you have to like grab it like this specifically. Anyway, ankle tilt. The feet can actually point up a little bit and point down a little bit, so you can get very dynamic with them. And of course his hands still have their gimmicks, where this one can flip around to be a little repair thing, so he can maybe fix Shatterglass Cup, or maybe he's taking him apart. And then you can take this hand and flip it around, if it'll let me, thank you. Which is a 5mm port, which, I mean, I guess if you want, you can you can take his thing. There we go. It's like a bazooka arm. Anyway. But what you're supposed to do is plug this on. And so now he has the buzzsaw, which he gets in the Shatterglass comic by Ratchet. Because Ratchet, I think it's like Ratchet experimented on him. Or like he had his hand crushed, and like Ratchet, being the messed up doctor he is, repaired him by putting a buzzsaw hand on him instead. Can, of course, use his accessories. Like, you can still plug these in here. He can hold his weapons. If I can get him in. Come on. Hold your weapons. He can still hold his guns. Which they are nice. Like I mainly prefer the buzzsaw just because it's very shattered glass hot rod. Like regular hot rod to me, like his main weapons are his wrist-mounted arm cannons. Like even the guns I just can take or leave. But then this one, it's like the buzzsaw hand for sure. And then, of course, in this mode, he can use these two accessories, which, you know, this just plugs in here, and then he can hold it and light his darkest out. And that's not right? It's not right for this one. He doesn't do that. He's not going to light a dark hour. He's going to, like, punch it into a black hole. I don't know. But, yeah, beautiful repaint. I love this mold, so of course I just love this. I'm going to put him back there for now. Bring back out Sideswipe. And just like in vehicle mode, row mode is glorious, as I've stated too many times in this video. This video could have literally been 10 seconds, and it's just me saying, go buy it. But he does have a new head and chest, which both look very, very nice. I love the head sculpt, how well painted it is. Even though some gray got into the eyes of mine, which kind of sucks. That's like the only paint issue I've noticed on this whole set. Everything else looks pretty much fine. But of course, it's all pretty much just seed Sideswipe, so nothing really has changed articulation-wise. I don't know if the head's more dynamic, because I think it's like slightly smaller, but like he's got a lot of neck range for that ball joint. It's really nice. Arms go out that far, full 360, swivel, elbow bend, nothing at the wrist, which normally is fine, but since his main weapons are melee weapons now, it's a little bit of a little thing kind of sucks. But I mean, it is just like a retool. They aren't gonna like make him have articulated wrists. That's also like a personal thing for me. For me, it's like if you have a melee weapon, you need a wrist. But if you just have guns, I don't care if you have wrists or not. My own personal thing. But anyway, waist moves, legs go up that far, back that far, a little bit less than 90-degree knee bend. Has a nice thigh swivel and ankle tilts, and then you can maybe play with this a little bit, probably not. I don't know. What else is nice about the new chest is the fact the Autobot symbol is actually sculpted in. You'll love to see. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it is sculpted in. I can feel the. You'll love to see it. The Decepticon symbol isn't. It's just the indent, and then they print it in on top. But I love sculpted in insignia, so this just tickles me a little bit more. But he does still have his weapons. Of course, you can take the regular, like the Kingdom one, I think this is now. Put it there. I don't actually know if the Kingdom one had it like this, because can he even hold it? No, he can't. Why is the peg like this? What is the use? What is the purpose? I don't know. Why? Why do you do this? It's just it's just confusing. Why? Why isn't it just a 5mm port? A regular seed Sideswipe is just a 5mm port. Why? Anyway. Let's get out the actually good weapons before I lose my mind. But you can, of course, give him the new ones, which are fantastic. Like, he just... I love them. I really love them. Plus, it's also rare you kind of get, like baton type weapon. I really don't know what these are. Like, I think Wheeljack uses them as batons in Armada, but also, like, this can shoot. So, like, what is this? What is this as a gun? This gets even weirder on the original toy, because I think the original toy had it, like, slope upwards. So, like, what is this? What do you do? And he still has a little bit of compatibility with Whisper, which we'll get into in just a moment. I'll grab Whisper back here. He's been waiting his turn patiently. Little man of the hour, which he does look really, really nice. The yellow paint, I'm kind of surprised it turned out as well as it did, because it's over gray. So I was kind of expecting it to be a little weird, which I think here it is. Like, I think it's like how they sprayed it. It got, like, excessively yellow right here. But I think since that's, like, on a line in the dead front, it kind of works. And this still looks like a face. Like, there are the eyes and little, like, nostrils, and this is like a beak. I'm really seeing the Angry Bird in this. And then his little head, which unfortunately the red paint went, like, all over the gray. But it's fine. He's a little guy. He's got issues. He has no head articulation. I think it's like a separate piece, or maybe it is. It looks like it. Maybe it's just painted that way. I don't know. But anyway, for articulation, these wings back here can move around. They can actually pop out entirely. So that's something. But can this plug in here? It can. Why? Why? Wait, can I, like, take this and, like... Hold on, folks. We're experimenting. Can I take this and just... Come on. Justify this weapon, please. Okay, never mind. These do pop off. I just noticed that, like, a little while ago. When messing with it, these didn't pop off. I thought they'd be, like, pinned in, but they're not. Which, for customizers, by the way, this thing is mostly just regular pins, or it's just friction held on by friction. There's no flathead pins, so we're good. We're good, guys. Anyway, arms are on ball-socketed joints at the shoulders. They can move all around. They're on a little ratcheted hinge. They have, like, little teeth in there. Down at the waist, legs can go up pretty far, back pretty far. Pretty good knee bend, actually. And then the heels can, like, move a little bit, so you can probably use that for some posing. But yeah, he's a little guy, a little posable dude. I'd love to see it. And then just for some quick comparisons, which this is mainly for Sideswipe. I'm sorry, Rodimus. I don't have the original Shattered Glass Rodimus. You know how expensive that thing is? Side note, has anyone seen that eBay listing of Jazz? It's going for like $400 right now. I think it's been circulating for a little while. Just no one's bought it. But anyway, there is Sideswipe and the original Whisper, which I think it's funny that that Sideswipe, the original one, is obviously so much taller, but then the new Minicon is like just a hair taller than the old one. But I think it's a really nice update, especially of Whisper. Like, they even out his proportions a lot more. They made him look more dynamic. It's just plus it doesn't have the weird thing now where, like, if you move the arm, you get the whole, like, if you move the arm forward, you're gonna start untransforming him. You're gonna start transforming him, like the wing goes too. Now it's just clean, and these are also pegged in, but in a different way, so I can't swap them around like I just thought about doing. Darn. But his face paint is a lot cleaner, so I don't know. Consider that. And Sideswipe here, the deco is pretty faithfully redone, except for the legs, of course, just because of how this works and, like, the fact that this is the top of the leg, whereas that one, that's the bottom of the leg. I don't know if anyone's going to make an upgrade kit where if you turn this around, you get the proper, or if you just want it on the shelf like this. I don't know. I mean, I don't know your life. But I'm gonna keep mine like that. But it still does look really nice. It's a very faithful update, and I really appreciate that. And then for one more, here he is with my original Shattered Glass Sideswipe custom, which I never put the scar on. So it's like, to me, this is Sideswipe before he changed sides. So it kind of justifies me keeping him around. Like after he changed sides, he sort of like upgraded his body a little bit and got the scar and all that. And I just think that works. Also, that peg makes more sense. It's so weird. It's still so weird to me. Sorry, Rodimus. I literally have nothing for you. I don't have the original Rodimus anymore. I don't even have Rodimus Unicronus because I sold that already since this happened. Like, why would I keep that around? But yeah, like I've said numerous times in this video, this is a very, very solid set of figures. This is definitely gonna be on top 23, like up there with Armada Prime. For me, like this is just top notch. This is top tier stuff that Hasbro did for Shattered Glass. Which, like, Shattered Glass Year 3 on the whole, even though it was not very much, which sucks. I wish they did more. Like, I really thought Cyclonus, I don't even know if I mentioned this in the Grimlock video, but I really thought Cyclonus, Shockwave, and or Prowl would have all happened this year. Maybe even Thundercracker. Like, I really expected maybe, like, to finish off, like, the main 4 Decepticons, since we've done, like, the other ones by now. But we just haven't. Oh, also, if you can take Whisper and, like, put him in that little mode you plug into his car, and of course that works on him anywhere, so you can plug him into any 5mm ports. Forgot to mention that. That's, like, his compatibility in row mode. It's just the same as vehicle mode, which is kind of nice. Like I said, with Whisper, I know it sucks. It isn't a Minicon port, like it probably should be, to be, like, truly faithful. But, it's at least in a way to where he can interact with more bots. Like, he can plug into Rodimus if Rodimus just wants to be a jerk and steal Whisper from Sideswipe. Or maybe that's why they're fighting, as Rodimus was a jerk and stole Whisper from Sideswipe. Who knows? But like I said, year 3 of Shattered Glass, this is probably my favorite year of the line, I'm not going to lie. It literally has 4 figures, counting Whisper. But, like, year 1 was still pretty aight. It was still pretty okay. Like, they weren't, I don't think they were trying to be super faithful, but they were being a bit creative, and I do like that. Year 2 was a disaster. Just a horrible disaster. Where, like, I really didn't get too much out of it from the figures made. I don't even put Flame War on the Shattered Glass shelf. Because that just doesn't work for me, and Magnus is still, it's the Kingdom mold. And of course, now we have Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus, so that's probably gonna get repainted into a proper Delta Magnus, but Shattered Glass Magnus is just gonna be left in the cold as some weird middle ground, and they try to justify in the comic in the weirdest way possible. I never did a Shattered Glass 2 video. I think by the time I finished it, it was just kind of late, so I was like, I don't think anyone would have cared, and plus there's actually people on, there's people that have done it a lot better. Shout out to Go Beyond Comics. Did a whole video on the Shattered Glass comic. Definitely check that out. It's pretty good. But yeah, buy this set. even if you're not Pulse Premium like me, because I'm not going to pay $50 for Pulse, because they really, really suck. But it was like $66, I think, after shipping and taxes, which still, like, about $66 for this, you know? Like, that's basically about the price of, like, a liter after taxes, because they're, like, 60, so it's about there. But, I mean, like, this, it's a really good set. Very solid set. Beautiful decos. Like, Sideswipe outshines, like, every other repaint of this mold. The only one I could think of that would come close to him is maybe, like, the first G2 one. I do like the second one, but I just don't need it too much. I love the sunset on the chest. It's just really funny. And then Rodimus is just, once again, like the Studio Series 86 Hot Rod, and I adore that thing. So, of course, a Shattered Glass repaint is the key to my heart. But, yeah. Anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So, be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews, and please don't forget to subscribe. You can also come check my Facebook and Twitter pages. Link in the description below. And it's the 14th Prime, signing out.